Well, it's taken a long time, but finally the round of 16 Champions League kicked off on Tuesday. Listen, I did enjoy the World Cup. I did, but it's kind of messed up the entire season. So here we are, after a long, long wait. Champions League football once again. Bayern Munich beating PSG 1-0. Kingsley Coman with the goal. The same man, of course, that scored in the Champions League final of a couple of years ago against PSG. But the trigger in this match, Mikey Singh, our very own Alphonso Davies, super sub.
I'm so happy the way that played out for Fonzie, because it has been a really difficult stretch for Alphonso Davies, and with João Cancelo coming into the squad, he's lost out on his starting 11 place, something that we thought was unfathomable maybe just a couple months ago. But now he's got real competition at that spot, and he's been asked by their coach to raise his game, right? And he came out today and he did that 8 minutes after coming on. He sets up Kingsley Coman with that whipped-in ball. Yeah, we can question Donnarumma on the goal.
Oh, yeah.
But still,
Absolutely question Donnarumma.
but still, very nice ball whipped in by Fonzie. And when he did come in to the game, you saw a little bit more energy, a little bit more livelihood out of Bayern moving forward. And I just kept thinking to myself, just on that left-hand flank, how crazy it is that there's a Canadian coming into the game who's just a difference maker, an absolute difference maker for Bayern Munich. Yeah, happy to see him record that assist, and let's hope he can refine his form and get back into that starting 11.
Because Bayern haven't been great in 2023, but nor so have PSG. 3 straight losses now. A lot of noise behind the scenes there as well. I mean, they're down 1-0, second leg coming up. Could you imagine if they crash out again in the knockout phase before getting to that big game?
I mean, wouldn't we say we were used to it? Like,
Yeah,
I can't
really, yeah.
absolutely imagine it. Listen, the one thing I'll give PSG is their injuries. I think you can tell Messi and Mbappe are both not 100% fit. But my question to Galtier is, you're starting this first half with Messi as a number 9. First of all, absolutely not. You can't play like this. And that's why when Mbappe came on, they started to look a little bit more aggressive and able to actually cross that half, because they had their 3 up front. If you're not playing Mbappe, okay, that's fine, but then push somebody up as well. Keep Messi as your like, I don't know. To me, the lineup was also weird. Also, starting Emery, who, by the way, had that one burn against Fonzie. Great for him, but 16-year-old UCL debut. Is this the right time to be going against a really strong team like Bayern Munich? I have a lot of questions for Galtier. I'm not too sure about
There's
this.
no room for error anymore with PSG, right?
Exactly.
And he did take a risk today, especially when you start a 16-year-old in his debut in a Champions League match against Bayern Munich. Just like hearing the sound of that just is absolutely insane. But, you know, he played all right. And I will say, when Mbappe did come on, Mbappe looked pretty dang good. I mean, not shocking, it's killing Mbappe, but he's coming off a pretty severe injury. Nobody thought he'd be ready for this match. And it sets up an intriguing tie next time when these two teams meet back in Germany. How fit will Mbappe be that time around? Can he go 90 minutes? How many more problems will he cause? Because we saw a few moments today, one where the goal was called back, and there was another time as well where Mbappe came so close to just finding the back of the net. We know he can do that, and it's just a 1-goal lead. It's not the worst result for PSG.
That's the thing. Going into the second leg, I mean, it's not... Bayern dominated this game, don't get me wrong, but it's only 1-0.
Yeah, it's not the worst result.
It's really not.
The tie is wide open right now.
Yeah, and the last 20 minutes, PSG had that between Mbappe, Messi. I mean, Sergio Ramos had a header. Like, there were a lot of chances there. So we know that they could potentially score on Bayern.
And PSG did score on Bayern.
I mean,
right?
twice.
Now, it's offside
Those
by a
offsides
mile.
were...
But, yeah, we'll see. I mean, listen, there's a lot of issues behind the scenes at PSG right now. They can't take their foot off the gas domestically either, because they lost 3 straight games, 2 straight games in the league.
Yeah.
Right, and the chasing pack's getting closer and closer there. So it's not as if they can rest these players and get them healthy for that match. So a lot to worry about now, I think, at PSG. AC Milan beat Spurs 1-0. Brahim Diaz with the marker there. You know, Spurs. I just don't know what to say about Spurs. You know, a team that beats Man City, looks really good doing it. They then get smashed by Leicester on the weekend. And now, round of 16, the first one since, I think, 2010. And they lose to a Milan team that has been, in recent weeks, pretty bad in the Serie A.
Yeah, they're coming off a 1-0 win to Torino, but they came at the San Siro today and they dominated this game. It was only 1-0, but they had a few other chances. But Teo Hernandez, man. This guy had Christian Romero in his pocket.
Yeah.
Christian Romero stood no chance. Not to mention he should have been sent off. There was a tackle that was, in my opinion, pretty aggressive. I don't know. Albert was very excited that he was going to be back in the lineup. I'm not too sure anymore. But another 21-year-old German left back, Thea, UCL debut. Absolutely incredible. Good for him. I mean, I'm happy to see Milan looking competitive again. It's obviously not great for Spurs, but again, it's only 1-0 and they're going back to London. This is wide open as well.
Yeah, that game at the Hotspur Stadium, I mean, we'll see how exactly that plays out. But you're right, Sharms. It's this Tottenham team. We've done this before. We've talked about it. There's not much creativity. They don't create a ton of chances. Antonio Conte's style of football, I'm not sure if that's a Tottenham Hotspur style of football. And with their squad depth, I think that's the biggest thing when they're trying to qualify for the top four. And we know how important that is to the Spurs and to Harry Kane in particular. How much legs do they have to give towards the Champions League? I'm not too sure.
I really hope Simon Shaw shakes out his pockets before he leaves the stadium tonight because Harry Kane's in there right now, and we don't want to be losing Harry Kane just yet before the second leg. Let's be honest here. Cruel, maybe not. Harry wasn't that conspicuous. Let's put it that way. This one. So anyway, Champions League match day. What is it? Match day.
It's the round of 16.
Round of 16. What match day is that?
I don't know. I think we just call it the round of 16.
By tomorrow, we'll know. But it continues on Wednesday. Two really intriguing matches. Borussia Dortmund against Chelsea. Listen, Dortmund are just giants. Chelsea are soon to become giants once again, I think. And of course, Club Brugge's Tajon Buchanan up against Benfica. So that should be a great one. We'll talk about those on tomorrow's Room 442.